just shut this off.
Okay, so I'm Rachael Ziminski. I live on Clydesdale Road. My husband and I bought our house in 2008. I'm just going to take you through my own experience with it. We came to the house, we loved the house, we loved the street, cul-de-sac. We thought, great, we'll raise a family here, it's going to be perfect. We explored the house, we went through inspection. On inspection, my husband's a do-it-yourself fixer kind of guy, so he said, I'm going to go with the inspector. I said, oh, okay, I'll stay outside and talk with our real estate agent. Walked around outside, no noise, no nothing. We walked around. I remember standing on the corner of our house where our pump station is located, our grinder pump is located. The question came up like, oh, what's this? Oh, I'm not sure. I think it's part of the town sewer. Okay. We go through, we buy the house, we looked at our disclosure form from the sellers, we looked through our inspection. I have my inspection report here. Okay, yeah, okay, living in the house, we get pregnant, we have an ice storm. Well, what happens to somebody who's pregnant? They have to go to the bathroom a lot, right? I couldn't use my bathroom, no power. So I said, well, what are we going to do? I mean, I'm in a panic here, you know, I was pretty pregnant. So we left and we went and stayed with my husband's parents. We came back and we said, we can't live like this. We have to have a generator. We bought a generator, carried on, have not had any problems. About a little over a year ago, our next door neighbor, who also has a pump, became familiar with this Sewer Fair Alliance, I believe it's called. See how into this I am? And he said something like, oh, you didn't know that this isn't the town's, this is yours. Oh, okay, great, perfect. I mean, I paid a lot for my inspection, no mention. My real estate agent never mentioned anything about a pump. She did do her due diligence and said in our documents that whatever connection fee the previous owners should be responsible for, so that when we're closing on the house, we wouldn't be responsible for something that wasn't ours. After living there for a couple months, there was a leftover sewer bill from the previous owners, so I had to call the sewer commission. They were friendly and everything, but nobody's told me at this point, right? I'm here, nobody's told me. Before buying the house, I looked on the assessor's database. Nobody has told me I own this pump. I have no idea. I also had no idea that they will come out and pump my grinder pump for me if I lose power. I was told I can call the police department. I don't know any. So we're all out here now. I forget the percentage. You said 18% still live
18. Oh.
in the house. Well, the rest
Well, there's
of us,
more than 18%.
the rest of us don't know.
What number Clydesdale?
I'm 14. The Pudices previously owned the house. Yeah. So, my only feedback to everybody when you're considering, I know you're considering costs. I know there's a lot of emotions in it. I'm not going to necessarily tell you my opinion because I wasn't here, so I don't know what all went down in the town previous to me living here, but it has to be documented somewhere in the town. I mean, I don't know who's responsible for that, but it has to be documented that we have these pumps, because I would have no way of knowing that. And if you think about it, if you moved to a new town and you moved into the same situation, you would have no way of knowing it. So I checked the assessor's database, the website. I can still go on there. I see my plot of land. I see my buildings. I knew how much they had paid for their house. All that was on there. I asked, I read through what the previous owners had told me. Was there water in the basement? How old's the furnace? All of that has to be on there. They didn't put anything about this. So that's just where I'm coming from, and I thought it was important for everybody to know that. For the rest of us who are moving in and taking over these.
In my opinion, it's the real estate agent's responsibility to make full disclosure to you.
Real estate agents come and go.
Yeah, I know they do.
They move in and out of towns. I do not. I want the town to tell me.
But the fact of the matter is that they are probably part of a large company. Agents come and go, but the companies usually stay in town. So I think that, obviously the town has some responsibility to tell you also. But if you would call the sewer department.
I did talk to the sewer department because
I'm sure they told you you had a pump.
They never told me. The sewer department, what would I know to ask? how would I know to ask? I was told it's part of the town sewer. I pay my bill. There's nothing on my bill that says that I have a pump, right? So I'm not I'm an intelligent human being. I mean, I did my due diligence, and I felt that you could say the homeowner should have told me, right? I mean, because technically they're supposed to disclose the information when you buy a home.
I would think the home
They also
inspection guy would have told
Home
you,
inspection
because
should have-
he
Yeah,
should have inspected
it's on
it.
there. It says public. So, you know what I mean? And everybody wants to do that and say, oh, they should tell you. That's fine, I get it. But I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I don't know who works at the sewer department, but if you do, I don't think it would hurt to put something on the bill or to have something on the database for the town. The assessor's office has to put whether you have a pool, if you have a shed, whatever's on the property. So I don't want to incur a further cost to the town, but if there are only 500 and somebody could quickly go through the database and put that in there and it lives in there, I think that's a really good idea. So that's just my feedback. If anybody has any questions for me, I'm an open book, so you can ask me anything.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Very much, very good, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, is Lisa Monica here?